Hey, welcome to Musings 201.
201.
We're just rolling along.
We
rolling,
are.
rolling. Pour our podcast swollen, roll hard. All right. How's it going, Scott?
It's going well, and you?
Doing good. Just kind of here and there and everywhere the last several days, kind of all over.
You
having
are.
a good time.
You're to and fro.
Yeah, I went to the land of few masts. Otherwise known as Indiana. So
yes, that's right.
Less numbers, less everything, and doing much better. I wonder how come that's working for them and not us.
So. Yeah. And then and we also had that vaccine that was just pulled.
Yeah, also, the Johnson & Johnson one,
which I actually do know somebody who passed, and they had that just a day or two before, and they were healthy.
And then they took the shot and died, huh?
Yep.
Well, it's kind of interesting. I know someone that's had the shot. They're doing just fine. They did it as a study with their doctor and answered a bunch of questions for the CDC. And it's been a few weeks, and they haven't had to worry about any blood clots or anything like that. So, and that we got Kevin Miner joining us. Morning, Kevin.
Kevin's in the house.
Yes. So it's I haven't gotten a shot. I know people are all excited about getting the shot so they can resume normal lives. And realistically, my life is as normal as it's going to get until they open things up a little bit better.
Yeah. But the reality, the thing, and then I'll get off of it, is the thing to remember is this, people. When this all started, you had the giant curve for COVID, and then the line that said what the capacity of our medical system had. Mm-hmm. And it was to flatten the curve so that it would stay below that line. But instead of it being a short but intense period, it was going to be a long drawn up period. And they stressed a year ago, they kept stressing how we weren't reducing the number of people who got it, just extending it out.
Yeah.
And people are wondering why states that have not had the strict lockdowns are having drops in numbers while states that did are increasing. It's because they already got through their period. The number of people are going to get it, got it. Yeah. We haven't. Now people are getting exposed. They're getting it when they would have got it 6 months ago. So
yeah, it would have been smoother. I keep saying something. We need to be more open just because it's going to be there just like the flu and everything else. And
just like overseas in Europe. So, what was it? Denmark? Or who was it that was open that everyone was criticizing? But they did well down. But anyways, that's for other people. We want fun stuff.
Yeah, and I did get to have a little bit of fun, hang out with Kevin and Brandy and the kids over the weekend. And
you got to go to Cosmos for breakfast there.
Yeah, I had a good time.
That's a delicious place.
And I got to eat Jenny's tacos. Kevin will like that, Sam. Had a burrito, too. It was pretty good.
Yeah, very good.
Nice little place there in Kendallville, right on Main Street there. It was good. We got that, and then we got some, I forget the place, Kevin will tell us, and get some really good, like, queso dip to go along with it. So we hit a couple places. Kevin and I zoomed around and picked up dinner for Saturday night and hung out and that, and all that fun stuff. But I'll get more on that in a minute. Let's get some business out of the way because we got some great sponsors to talk about. And I'll start us off with a larger Family Chiropractic Center, or PC, located in Belleville, Michigan and Dexter, Michigan. Right there's their Facebook page, as you can see there. And you can definitely go online and check them out. Don Chico's. Don Chico's was good too. But yeah, larger Family Chiropractic Center, PC, take great pride in providing the finest chiropractic care to each and every patient, offering on-site digital x-rays, massage therapy, orthotics by foot levelers, young living essential oils, aromatherapy, full line of vitamins, all in a family-oriented environment. Give them a call, 734-697-4244. Visit them online at LoringerFamilyChiropractic.com. We have a link for you. And at their page, I'm sure you can go and zoom right over to Facebook if you didn't want to find them there. But at Facebook, it is at Loringer Family Chiro. And they got a lot of cool stuff going on. I was just there yesterday for my weekly visit that helps keep me going. Been having some issues with my hand and arms lately. I kinked it up pretty good or did something, but she's been really working on that, getting it back to normal for me, so it's not as numb as it was before. So I think in a couple weeks here I should be back to normal on that end. So, and I told her, I said, you got to fix it. I said, it's painting, it's shooting right through my middle finger, and that's my driving finger. So.
Definitely.
But they do take care. I have issues, that I deal with weekly. Not everybody has to go all the time, which I don't recommend going every week if you don't really need to feel a need for it. And they don't push you to it, which is great. So they'll take good care of you. So check out Loringer Family Chiropractic. Excellent. And then we also have
Team Titans of Real Estate. Why? Because you matter. I say every week, relationships matter, and it's so true. But what I want to talk about this week is discount brokers. You as a consumer, you have a say in how your real estate commission is going to be. You can view it as an expense and treat it as an expense and just go for the lowest priced person out there. And you will successfully have it act as an expense. It will cost you money. Or you can treat it as an investment, do your homework, and find a really good realtor. And when you do that, it becomes an investment and it gives you a return on what you spent. And it really matters. Someone I know just recently made the choice to treat it as an expense. And they got very minimal service, very little negotiations. It definitely cost them, and they have no doubt it cost them. So in order to save $1,500 in commission, they probably lost out on $10,000 to $20,000 in price. It matters. So like I said, you have the power to decide, is this going to be an expense that costs you money, or is this going to be an investment that gives you a return? Not all agents are created equal. So do your homework. Hopefully you'll give us a call. Me and Jill, we really tailor our services to you to meet your needs and maximize your goals. So give us a call. 586-549-6096 is my number. Jill is 586-277-2145. The consultation is free, and we'll be glad to tell you how our services bring you a return.
Excellent. I know you've talked about commissions before, and how even some people you're dealing with have tried to get you to cut your commission, and in order to try to get a deal closed. And that's not a good way to go. You pay for the service you get, and that's what this is. And I even see it in SHIP with when people have been tipping well, and then all of a sudden they decide to not tip anymore or tip very low, but still expect a certain service. It's like, well, they can't get it from me. I've got to move on because I run a business, and my business is me, and we want to make. You have to make money to survive, and to take losses to make somebody else happy for a moment doesn't do any good here.
Right. And to be fair to the consumer, and part of it is they're not understanding the process. When you pay a commission, you're looking at this as this lump sum money, like, oh my God, look how much money that person is making. But when you break it down between how much you're paying the government, we're self-employed, so we're paying 20 to 30% taxes on that money right off the top.
Just wrote the check; it's sitting right there.
Yeah, exactly. I had a nice check to the government this year for last year's services. So right away, 20, 30% is going to the government. Then you got your broker fees that you have to pay. Then you have the marketing costs of that house. And so as all of these pieces of the pie keep getting taken away, at the end of the day, there's only so much left for the agent themselves. And in order to make a living, agents need to there'll be different business models. You can either choose to charge a more premium where I can give full service to that client and pay attention to them, or I can choose to be inexpensive / commissions. But to make a living, I have to have high volume now. I have to have quick turnover. I can't give you the specialized service because I have to have many clients at one time to make up that difference. So that's really where it comes down to. So like I said, if you're going to view us as an expense, you will correctly achieve your goal. It will cost you money.
Well, it's like the old saying goes, you get what you pay for.
You do.
And that's exactly what it is. And I saw another real estate agent just a couple months ago promoting they only do 3% fees and everything else. And I saw them advertising for about 6 weeks, and now I've seen nothing on them. And probably because they realized how much money they were losing. And just because they cut their fees, they're going to get volume, and a lot of times and stuff like this. And actually, with the way the housing market here is in Michigan, the volume isn't there. I mean, I'm seeing homes pop up for sale, but those other ones that are sitting for sale are ones that are out of most people's price range. I saw a few in Ann Arbor yesterday. Went to breakfast downtown, and there was 3 of them I saw easily million and a half dollar homes, nice homes,
Mhm.
big places, old places, been there for a long time, very well kept, but they're not going to just sell because the average family is not looking for them. Those are places that are very specialty buys that, plus they're just down the road from the university and some of the fraternity and sorority. So while they're nice homes, it's also not necessarily the best area for a quiet neighborhood.
Definitely. So anyways, we're here for you. Any of your real estate questions, give us a call.
Yeah, definitely check that out. So
I have news that you know about.
Let's go full screen.
Share. Let's see. I'm going to share. Share. So, Easter weekend, it actually happened. I proposed to my real estate partner, Jill Webler. And she was crazy enough to say yes. So Easter we did it, but we kept it quiet for a week because we want to make sure family knew about it first before we went public.
Cool.
And plus I wanted to give her 7 days to back out.
You gave her more than what's required by law.
Yeah, I know. So it's official. We are engaged. So that's nice. And then we had, before we went public, we did send, we contacted Kevin and Brandy. We also contacted Brett, and Connie, but Connie wasn't home at the time. So it was fun to give the news to them. So there we have it. Making the plunge once again.
All right. For the last time.
For the last time. That's right. Better be.
Well, I ain't worried about Jill, Scott. No, you guys, that's awesome. I'm glad for you guys. That's fantastic news.
Yes. So it's good news and we're excited. So good times.
Awesome. Yeah, we talked a little bit about it over the weekend, how excited we all are. Trying to say, hey, I wonder if they're going to come to Vegas and get married with us at the end of June, July. So
no, not going to go to Vegas for that. But we don't even know what we're going to do yet, though. So got to plan that. So, anyways, on to other things. What else did you do? You went to Indiana.
Yeah.
Any other new things?
No, I just worked otherwise. I mean, I worked last week a lot just so I could take the weekend off and spend some time down there. Had a great time. We did a signing for the books we needed to sign for Poe. I've got my metal cover right here. Ooh. Shiny. It came out great. I'm sorry, video does not do pictures of it. You got to see this in person. And the thing was that it was funny is Kevin did a limited run of 10 of these. They are numbered. And he said he didn't think it'd go as well as it did. They were gone quick. So it's definitely a cool thing to have. I did a pledge, even though I was part of the book, and that but I always believe in buying my own copies of books. So I always pledge them, even our own Kickstarters, to get the ones that I want because I don't believe in getting them for free just because. I think it's always been my rule with how I do my books and that.
Yep.
But I definitely wanted that, so I made sure to lock one in because I didn't want to miss out on getting a metal cover and that. I got a whole stack of stuff. Kevin did give me some copies for the story I did. I've got Scott's stuff. I think I've got Jill's and probably your mom's in there too.
Yeah.
Got a box for you.
Yeah.
And that. So.
And while we're on that topic, we could also give an update here. So the exciting news is Brett's lettering is like 98% done. He's about to be done. So this upcoming weekend or week, we'll be getting together to finalize the lettering. Then the issue will be 100% done. I'll get some artist proofs ordered so we can talk about that on the live streams we do.
Yep.
Hopefully,
and the artist proofs are a great way to go. Kevin and I talked about that over the weekend. He had gotten his first set of artist proofs, and they were color was just off a little bit on some of the reds and that. And then he just said, "Hey, this is a change. Nobody do it." Because Ready Comics is so awesome, they shipped out new artist proofs to make sure he was happy with those. And actually, he gave me one of the artist proofs to have for my collection.
Yeah, nice.
So, and then shipping this week, and everything should be shipped by early next week.
So that will be our fourth Bardstone campaign there that Kevin's doing for Poe issue 2. That once again fulfilled on time and met the goals and everything. And Crimson Shadows 2, it will now be 100% done really soon. All the variant covers are done.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the trading card sets, that artwork is all done. I'm in the process of getting those ordered, so I should have those in a couple weeks. So we're moving along. So once this is done, I just have to wait to find out what the final tally is to know what my print run will be, and we'll be able to ship really soon afterwards. So it's really nice. I did want to point out, so we're only $369 away from hitting our goal.
Yep.
And I updated our stretch goals. And so every $250 there's another stretch goal that gets hit. So every time we hit a stretch goal, it's more free rewards for you guys. So we really want to do that. And we do that by people either increasing their pledges or sharing the links for this onto your pages and letting your friends and family know about our project. So at $27.50, a metallic trading card will be issued. It will only be done one time as in this format. It'll be an exclusive, and once that's done, that one will never be printed again that way. At 3,000, Dale Gruber's ultra limited edition cover is in that nice red on the metallic cover. It's going to be printed as a 100 issue limited run. Everybody with a $20 pledge or more will automatically have this added to their reward package, so you don't have to pay any extra. That's a great value right there. And it's in the original black and white that Dale did this artwork in, so it's going to look sweet. $32.50, we're going to do another metallic card. $3,500 will be a 2-page black and white story added to the back of the book, and it will feature the plague doctors of the Crimson Shadow universe. The third and final metallic trading card will be at $37.50. $4,000, the 2-page story becomes a 4-page story. $5,000, a whole nother limited edition will be created. Cover, 100 copies, automatically included in your orders as well. I'm actually doing up the cover right now. It'll be featuring Frankenstein, and if we don't hit this goal, this cover will be used for issue 3. But I'm hoping we hit the 5,000 for that. And last but not least, 6,000, we will colorize the 4-page Plague Doctor story. So there you have it. Some good goals, I think, and they will add a lot of value to your reward packages if we achieve them.
Yeah, definitely. You guys got to help support that on that. We're going to be on tonight at 7, talking just Crimson Shadows issue 2 and Bardstone with Kevin, and we'll all be live hanging out. So definitely join us for that. It's exciting. We've had a good jump over last week. 2,100 is a pretty good first week, and
yeah, so close.
Yep. And then Kevin mentioned the Frankenstein layout. Yeah. So we got that's going to be possibly a new variant cover.
Here, I'll give a sneak peek of it.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up here. Let me go here. Stop screen. Share. I wish I could click these buttons faster. Oh, not that one. Where did the button go? Share. Oh, that's why. I opened it up in a different tab, but there we go. I think I found it.
Yes.
There we go. So this is the initial layout. I did a very rough pencil, and then now I'm filling in the details. And I'm thinking of having this like nice bright light behind him here. So you'll get the light kind of drowning out part of it, but then he'll be like in shadows and creepy, and I'm hoping to get some good detail. I'm going to try to make his hands look like decayed and stuff. So that's the idea there. So that will be the super bonus that everyone will get if we hit $5,000. And realistically, it can happen. Yes. So, but we need your help. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Speaking of which, I have been craving a Star Wars marathon. I think I got to do that and a Harry Potter marathon.
That's funny you say that. I watched Sorcerer's Stone yesterday. I just had on and shut it off before I got online here. I had Phantom Menace, because I've been kind of thinking the same thing, like, kind of in the mood to watch
Yeah.
them and get back into them. Because I'm real excited. We got Bad Batch coming out on May 4th. And then I'm seeing more set pictures from Andor Cassian's series. So,
did you see the video from the set of Kenobi?
I did not.
They built like a whole city block of it's all Star Wars buildings, but it's a full city block, all these buildings, and they did a drive-through filming of it so you could see it from ground level, and you're there. So it's so cool. They have a live set for the Kenobi series.
Nice.
For this whole town. So I'm so looking forward to that.
They really know what they're going to be doing with this. They want to make it look as film as possible. I mean, look at Mandalorian. It fits in so much of the Star Wars because of the way it's filmed and everything else. They did a great job with that. So
with Mandalorian, though, since so much of it, they got that dome thing, the video dome that they're in. I was surprised they did a full outdoor set for Kenobi. So it'll definitely give it a different feel, I think. Whenever you have the real elements interacting, it's a little different.
It's funny you say that. I was talking to you the other day with someone about the Bourne Spectacular down at Universal. It replaced the Terminator show.
Oh, they finally got rid of Terminator.
Yeah, a while back. So
I
saw it in January. I didn't get a chance to see it the last time I was there because it was just too busy to get in. But they kind of mix live action with the video screen. They have it set up, which reminds me of the Mandalorian video screen. So it's a curved screen on the full stage, and they have physical pieces that move through the whole thing as the actors are moving around. So make it feel like you're actually in movement and things like that, including use of vehicles and stuff like that. So they're really taking that technology that looked like the Mandalorian, where it's live video, and incorporating the physical action with it. Looks really cool. So next time you get down there, we'll have to see that.
Definitely.
So
it was
really cool.
The Terminator was cool too. I enjoyed that. I got to see it. So I must have saw it during the last.
Yeah, it was there the last time. Last time you and I went there. It's like we saw it a couple times together. I think only because it was like it was a nice show to catch real quick when you wanted a break from the parks and wanted to rest inside. It was air conditioned.
When you had to hide from the sun.
But it closed 2 years ago. But it's been almost 2 years since you went. So
right. Yeah. What was funny though, was how it's like this futuristic thing, and you're watching the video, and it's like it's all stuff that's obsolete now because it was so old. It's like our handheld phones are more powerful than the stuff they were showing.
Yeah, well, it was early 90s. I think it was 90, somewhere between like 93 and 95 that they created the show.
Right.
And they over 20 years, I think, almost 15 years. So it was a long time. It was over 20 years. Yeah, if it was 95, so it came out and just ended, so over 20 years. But it felt dated. When they brought up the giant Terminators and stuff like that, it felt dated. It was always fun though. I always enjoyed it. So, but the updates to using the Bourne, which I was kind of like, okay, why Bourne? I like the movies, okay. But
I was surprised.
But it makes sense when you see it. It's like, okay, this is a property they own, and it's telling its own story, kind of telling the creation of Jason Bourne in some ways, but it's its own story that is kind of just like a highlight of everything. And you walk through, the queue has some different stuff from the movies, things like that. Yeah. It works. It was a lot of fun. It was one of those things I was like, I actually wanted to see it again this last time, but the line was actually, I was like, oh, here's the line for 1 o'clock. It was like 20 after 12. They're like, no, we're actually the line for the 2:30 show. And I was like, I am not staying out in the sun for 2 hours.
That's at the Universal Studios.
Yeah, it's Universal Studio side, not the Islands of Adventure side. So it's actually, when you first walk into the studios, you hang an immediate right before you get to the Minions. You walk past what is now called the Today Show Cafe, and you take that around the Rodeo Drive, and it's there on the right hand side. So
okay, cool.
So it's fun,
definitely.
So
we had. I'm assuming you watched Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I did, and it was really good. And I also watched. Did you get a chance to see the new Melissa McCarthy movie on Netflix, Thunder Force?
No, I can't stand her.
Here's my thing with her is I like Melissa McCarthy, and I've seen her in a couple of things I like. For the most part, I don't, because I think a lot of her roles feel exactly the same.
That's how I feel.
There's some elements in this that is definitely her typical stuff. Of course, the movie was written and directed by her husband, Ben Falcone. But we watched it down in Indiana, And I got to tell you, I laughed through most of it. I enjoyed
Okay.
it. I was
So it was
surprised
fun?
at how well it was.
Oh, well then maybe I will watch it.
And I liked a couple of things with it. It was fun.
Is it family friendly?
For the most part.
For the most part.
I think I don't think it's anything really bad, but I think it's they push the envelope a little bit, but it's designed to be more family oriented, but it's definitely more PG-13ish.
That's fine.
So it's not bad. So
cool. Well, maybe I will check it out then.
Since it's on Netflix, it doesn't cost you anything extra.
All right. Exactly. That's the good part. And you can shut it off if you're not liking it.
Right. Yeah. Justin Bateman. It's Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
Justine was his sister. Yeah. Jason Bateman was hilarious. And that was the thing about it. It was in some ways the humor was trying to be over the top. And I'm not going to give anyone with Bateman's character in that.
I love.
He has these quick things he does during his scenes that is just hilarious. He really made the movie for me in the most part.
I really like them.
But he was good. And then, what's her name? I'm blanking on it right now. Let me pull it up real quick.
Olivia. What's her last name?
Spencer?
I forget her last name. Spencer. Is that it? That sounds right. I forget.
It was Octavia Spencer.
Oh, what did I say? Oh, Olivia.
Yeah. And then
sorry, Octavia.
Palm Clementif is in it. She was from Guardians of the Galaxy. She played what's the one creature?
Manta?
Yeah, Manta. So I liked it. It was, like I said, I was surprised I actually liked it. It's not like the greatest movie ever, but it was way better than I thought it was going to be. So I definitely recommend it as a one watch. I'll probably watch it again sometime. I actually enjoyed it enough to where I could sit and watch it again and not be bored. Bobby Cannavale is in it. Seen him in a bunch of stuff. So like I said, Ben Falcone, who wrote directed, he does make an appearance as well in that. But yeah, Palm Clementif was nice in it. She's good action in these movies. I definitely like her in that. But yeah, she played where's she at? There we go. Yeah. Mantis. Yeah, Mantis. She did play Mantis. So in that. So definitely recommend that one. It was funny. We were sitting there and it just happened to see. It was like, oh, didn't realize that came out. Yeah, it was a Friday it came out. So and of course them being superheroes, the way it comes about is of course part of the comedy. But it makes sense in the reasoning behind everything. It didn't feel like it was forced.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool how they did that. So
for me, my favorite comedy superhero movie is still Mystery Men.
Mystery Men's fantastic. Of course, based on
I think they would fit perfectly into the Marvel universe, actually, as like the street level heroes that got superpowers, but not really good superpowers. That'd be my luck. I would gain some superpower that's like the spleen. Like you can't really do much with it.
Here comes the drip. Oh, I can't stop peeing.
Right. That'd be exactly. But talking about superpowers, though, we had a crazy episode here.
Yeah, I mean they're really moving along to get rid of the new Captain America and push him into the direction he needs to be at.
Here's what's so great about this. And spoiler alert, if you didn't see it, there it is.
Yeah.
the big moment. What I'm loving about this Captain America is it really is showing how good Steve Rogers was, and how, you go back to that interaction between Steve Rogers and Iron Man, where Tony Stark is like, well, what are you without your super serum? And he's like, well, what are you without your suit of armor? And he's like, well, I'm a millionaire playboy philanthropist. But it really does show Steve Rogers was so much more than the super soldier serum. And how much he held back in his fights to control himself. Whereas now you're seeing this serum unleashed, and how John Walker handled it.
Yeah.
And now to be fair to John Walker, though,
yeah,
he didn't unload on some innocent civilian. This is a terrorist group that just killed a bunch of innocent people and just killed his partner. And they had no problem using their full super soldier strength on people like the Falcon and on his partner who aren't superheroes. Yeah. So to be fair, they did just murder his partner. So, there's that. But anyways, go ahead.
Well, and they are tying in a little bit of his wartime PTSD. He's the character has won 3 Congressional Medal of Honors for one battle, basically, they said.
Yeah.
And everything else.
I like the line. And I liked his line. He said, yeah, they gave me 3 medals to remember the worst day of my life. Yeah. I did like that. Another thing I've seen people put up as a quote, which is interesting, which I told it, this is where Marvel has done such a good job. They dig back into their own archives of the past movies. When Steve Rogers is first recruited for the program, and he's little skinny Steve Rogers, there's a scene where the person says to him to always be, it's more important to be a good man than a good soldier. And they were pointing out how John Walker is the perfect soldier, but not necessarily the man. And right. So it's an interesting comparison, I think.
And that's where I think the difference between the two people are, and these characters is you got Rogers. He brought his own sense of loyalty and honor that he had coming into the military as a scrawny kid that was trying to join up for the longest time. Right. Versus, Walker here, he comes in from a different perspective, and he didn't really have that moral code that Steve Rogers had, that he was instilled in him as a person.
And he was also trying to live up to Steve Rogers. And I think they did such a great job showing the struggle he had, in that he was a human fighting these super beings. But when he lost to the Wakandan soldiers, he's like, they're not even super powered.
Yeah.
And he realizes, oh my God, I'm not, like, at least ego wise, before it was like, okay, I might not have the superpowers, but I'm really good.
Yeah.
Then he lost to people who weren't superpowered, and he's like, well, wait a minute. I can't even beat non-superpowered people.
Yeah.
So I thought they did such a great job in showing that progression.
I was a little surprised they went with the trying to determine whether he should actually take the serum, because he pocketed one of the serums after they were destroyed. There was one left. He pocketed it and asked his partner, and would you take it and all this. I mean, it was like he was trying to figure out. I think at that point though, I think he'd already taken it.
Well, he did lose to the Wakandan women. The what are they called? The Dory Bojo or whatever. I forget what they're called.
It was like Dory Major or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I think that was the deciding factor when he lost that fight. Was when he decided to take it, because I don't think he wasn't superpowered when he fought them.
Yeah,
unless there's a period of time for it to take effect. But either way, he chooses to take it, and now he's having to deal with that. Here's another thing I've come to realize in this. John Walker is who Steve Rogers would be if DC made the Captain America movies from the start. John Walker is how DC portrays their superheroes. They're more, Marvel sets a high standard above the world, and their heroes try to pull everyone up to their standard. And that's what Steve Rogers does. Whereas the DC heroes, they try to knock them down to the level of the world. It's like, well, no one wants to see these perfect heroes and all this stuff. And I find it interesting how many people are so upset about John Walker, when really he's the DC version of Captain America. That's really what he is.
Well, especially the last several movies they've been doing, where we've seen Superman and Batman actually.
They're more fallen.
Yeah. They don't hold back. They aren't trying to be the higher
ideal.
Yeah. They're just, using their powers and their abilities and everything else to destroy in a lot of ways. So this was an interesting scene right here, though, with the blood on the shield. That was a great shot,
powerful shot, and it also shows Disney Plus is willing to go a little further than I thought they would.
Yeah,
I didn't think they would go that far. Personally, I'm glad they did. I think it really just emphasizes once again, a good guy. For your superheroes to be really good, you need a good bad guy. And I almost feel like John Walker is in a way the perfect bad guy for Steve Rogers, in that it's creating this definitive difference between the two. Yeah. And you go back and watch Steve Rogers in the past, and it's like, wow, he really was amazing. So I think he's making Steve Rogers even better, which is interesting. Yeah. Did you see the trailer for the upcoming episodes?
I have not.
It's looking good. I'm guessing it's in the next episode, but the sneak peek they give is the three of them standing off. I think they're trying to take the shield from him. I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. But John Walker goes, "You don't want to do this." And Bucky goes, "Oh, yes, we do."
Well, and the thing is that I think Bucky can take him.
Oh, definitely. Well, he has more experience because John Walker right now, while he's surging with super soldier serum, he doesn't know how to control it yet.
Right.
So but
yeah, and it's gonna be interesting too, as they were trying to work with the group, the was the flag rippers,
flag smashers,
and and of course Infus Nest. I'll call her Infus Nest forever, but she's great. I like her a lot in this. You're seeing like a couple sides of things, and realistically, Walker's seeing it strictly as just a black and white, in terms of I'm right, you're wrong.
Right. Well, and he's the good soldier. He has orders. He's following them. He's not thinking independently. He's just going by what his marching orders are. Yeah. Whereas Steve Rogers was always much more free thinking.
Yeah. Well, you go back and watch the Captain America First Avenger, and he was, he ended up finds out Bucky's, his people were captured or whatever, his friends, and he goes over there. He's over there on the USO side and just goes on a hat and goes. I mean, he's definitely has always thought outside the box and went ahead with what he felt was morally right to save lives.
Right.
So,
yeah, and he was always uncompromising with his principles. He didn't believe the ends justifies the means, so he was always very, very strict on that.
Yeah, and I was surprised too to see John Walker's partner get killed in this. I believe he's dead. Anyways, they seemed to allude that he was.
Yeah, I think it seemed like it.
Yeah, but he's a character that has been in the comics before, so maybe he didn't, or maybe he did. So there's a chance we could see him come back. So,
right.
But I keep wondering now with the changes we just saw in this episode, are we now going to see him switch from being Cap to U.S. agent? And of course, he would lose the Captain America shield and would get his own shield.
Right.
So,
very nice.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. And we got 2 more episodes left for the series. And there's a lot of good stuff going on. They're setting up a lot of stuff of what's been going on in the world since everybody returned from the blip. So, and of course, returned from Thanos. So
here's the Infus Nest girl. I don't know her name, but loved her in Solo, and then she's doing a great job in this. They're definitely doing a good job, I think, portraying. I like how they have Sam the Falcon utilizing his old skills. Once again, Marvel's great at keeping their continuity. When we first meet him, what was it? Captain America Winter Soldier. I think that was wherever we first meet Sam.
Yeah.
He was working with PTSD soldiers and talking them down and helping, them heal. And I thought they did a great job showing how he wanted to negotiate with her and try to talk her down. And then John Walker, of course, got impatient and ruined it all when he looked like he was going to succeed. So,
yeah, she's Carly Morgenthau. That's the character.
There you go. So. Yeah. So she has a great, she does such a great job of portraying these characters that kind of disarm you. Like they don't seem threatening, but at the same time, she can be total badass and kick butt.
Mm-hmm.
Like she has that good balance where she's really pulling off the action sequences very well. Now I don't know if it's her a stunt double. I don't know that, but they do a good job of doing it though.
Yeah. Now, one character they've been talking about, and there was an article online about this, is the Power Broker. They've been
Oh
talking about this
yes.
power broker, and there is a new theory out there. Of course, that has stuff with it's a sort of is it Sharon Carter? I don't think so. They mentioned Norman Osborn, Mephisto, but one that actually could have some good traction because he wants to be in the MCU movies is the Kingpin, played by D'Onofrio.
Oh,
Could
interesting.
that be the power broker? It probably isn't because it'd be too cool.
To me, my thought process is I think they're creating the very initial. I like the Doctor Doom theory.
Yes.
Since they're going to be bringing Fantastic Four in, that was confirmed, wasn't it? I think it's been confirmed.
Well, they've confirmed a movie is going to happen.
They did, right?
Yeah. In a couple years here.
Fantastic Four movie, MCU. Let's see what their current plans are, because I think what Marvel does so well is sprinkle in things to lead up to something, so when it happens, it's not just out of the blue. So I feel like they're probably, setting up the stage. Because like even in what was it, the last Avengers, like when Stark Tower was sold, they said it's coming in 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 4 was there.
Yeah.
So like they've given teasers.
Yeah, this was all because they knew they had Fantastic Four coming back with the merger. There's been hints of that all around through the last couple stuff. So it's an interesting thing is going to see is, are we going to actually get a full reboot of the Fantastic Four where we see like the origins, or are they just going to do like Spider-Man and here they are, which is kind of the way I'd like them to go.
Right.
I think that'd be the way to go, is just kind of like they're just here.
Now, okay, what is this? Is this real or it's on IMDb? I don't. Is this
on IMDb is mostly accurate.
Well, this is like I don't know if this is an article or what. Let me share this page. Wrong button. Where is my IMDb page? Here we go. So what is this? So it says by Nana Kin. So is this I don't know if this is somebody's own list, but
it could be. I've not seen anything on this at all, and the names they're dropping there are pretty high profile.
Well, I don't think he would be in it as the Thing, because they have him as in Black Widow,
right? And unless he dies at the end of that, which we don't know anything about. So
yeah,
and it's like Efron as Human Torch. Yeah, that could work. He's not bad.
So
Emily Blunt as the Invisible Woman. John Krasinski. They've talked about Krasinski before. He's been talked about quite a bit. So,
well, the reason why John Krasinski's being brought up so much is when they rebooted the Fantastic Four comic book, it's very evident they are using him as a likeness for the drawings, at least, if nothing else. And let's see, John. How do you spell Krasinski? There it is. John Krasinski. Right in front of you. Fantastic. Oh, I'm on another screen right now. But like, if I pull up the images, let's see if there's artwork from the comic book. I'm not seeing it right now, but it looks like they're using him as the model for the comic book. So it just makes me wonder if, was that on purpose or just the artist's choice?
And this could be someone posting something like their favorite list. You can create lists within IMDb, and that's probably what this is.
Okay.
Because I would think that if they were going to, if that was coming out, then it would definitely be out there. But I mean, I've seen several different potentials.
Now I am seeing someone in an interview did ask him if he would be interested, and he said he would definitely be open to playing Reed Richards in a Marvel movie. So he has publicly said he'd be interested.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it. I like him a lot. I think he brings the right amount of straight actor that he would need to be in terms of just playing it straight without humor.
But if John Krasinski is going to be Reed Richards, then Dwight Schrute needs to be Dr. Doom. I want that. It's like the alternate universe Office.
Yeah, there's a Marvel movie fandom site that has a whole list. They list it could either be Krasinski, he's listed top, or Ewan McGregor. When it's debunked, it says is David Harbour playing the Thing, and I don't think they'll have it only for the fact that he is playing in the Black Widow movie. Someone mentions Dwayne Johnson. I don't think that would happen. He'd be too over the top in terms of his star power and things like that he brings to it. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
Now, didn't it come up recently though that Chris Evans had maybe doing more movies for Marvel, like something with his contract?
There was something talked about it. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about him coming back in as Cap or making an appearance as Cap. Same thing with Robert Downey Jr. And I'm wondering if I'm thinking that's going to happen in Loki because of time travel. Around.
Definitely could do that. It could also be cover story if they are bringing him as Human Torch, which he originally played before.
Well, and that's been the talk we've talked about before. If they use the multiple dimensions thing and bring the Fantastic Four from another dimension where they're already established as heroes, then he could be, and they could say, "Hey, it's just what happened look wise. It's just another dimension that happens."
And he may enjoy playing Human Torch again because he did well in the role, but B, it's such a different character than Steve Rogers, and C, he doesn't have to bulk up as much to play Human Torch as he did for Captain America. So it'd be a much easier physique for him to maintain than he had to do for Captain America, because he's not naturally a big bulky guy. So he had to work. He really had to put the hours in. Like he says, once he's done filming, he'll drop 20 pounds of muscle like nearly overnight. Because
also there's Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth drops quite a bit. People are always surprised how small he looks in other movies. It's like, no, he bulks up for just the filming.
Right.
And
what a lot of people don't realize is how much protein you have to be intaking. You have to actually set your alarm for like 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. to wake up and drink a protein shake to keep your body enough protein going to keep that size when your body's not naturally that big. So it's a lot of protein intake to keep it going. So it's hard work. Yeah.
But definitely several different sites are commenting about Krasinski and Emily Blunt because they're married in real life and they're thinking they would make a good, mix together. Of course, they did The Quiet Place, which was Krasinski's movie, the husband and wife in that one. So I could see that. I mean, that would probably work.
Yep.
But I think we won't see anything Fantastic Four directly of any of the actors or actresses until they're ready to announce the movie. I think we'll see it in an actual film would be like how they did with Spider-Man, bring Spider-Man into Civil War, and then he goes and does his own film.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that'd be how we'll see it. At least that's my speculation, because they've already done 2 movie launches where they've introduced the different how they became about. We don't really need to see it again. Same with Spider-Man. I mean, they did it twice. It's like no need to do it a third time in the movies to see him getting bit.
How many times does poor Uncle Ben have to be murdered?
Yeah.
Just let him die.
So we'll see what happens on that. So I'm real excited for it. I'm excited to see these next 2 episodes of the Falcon Winter Soldier. I mean, it's just been such good television in that. So
yeah, they've been doing a good job. I've been enjoying it. The action has been spectacular that they've had. The fight scenes have been wonderfully choreographed, but I think they're doing a great job of also telling a lot of story. They're not just rushing through it. They're definitely setting stuff up. So.
Yeah. I was checking the runtime. I wanted to see what we've got for runtime. It seems like they always ramp up a little bit towards the end of the series with like Falcon Winter or with WandaVision and all that. So, so I was trying to see because we've been getting like 50-minute episodes. So time-wise, I mean, they're about the same. So, it looks like this next one is going to be 61 minutes for episode 5.
Okay.
And then, which is it's 54 minutes for the third and 4th episodes was the longest up to that point. So.
Very cool. We'll have to see who it is. The power broker. You think they'll reveal in the next episode or wait to the very end?
If they reveal in the next episode, which I can see them doing, it will be at the end. to make the final episode the big standoff.
Maybe have a final so they'll probably have a standoff with John Walker in the next one, reveal the power broker, and then the final episode is probably all of them fighting, because even as what's his name, US agent, he still was a good guy.
John Walker. And I mean, and when he was basically destroying that guy with the shield at the end, I never felt like, okay, this is like a horrible person. But he's someone that hasn't dealt with his demons, and that's where I think Sam's going to recognize with having dealt with PTSD and all that. And so there's going to be they're going to have to deal with a lot of his issues of that. And again, he took out, which essentially was, while he was a pretty boy, he was a bad guy, and they had no problem with killing people. Even though he seemed to be a little more reserved compared to Infamous Ness's character, but
who also looked stunned. I think she was like, "Oh crap, there's real consequence now."
Well, yeah, I mean they had used the serum on themselves, and so they could do certain things, but now they're like, "Oh, we have someone with a real training, as well as now has the physical prowess to take care of that and to implement that training." So I mean, to be able to just knock someone and just completely just obliterate. I mean, they didn't show the end result, but there was enough blood flying that there's nothing left but a pile of goo.
He's not doing well. He's not going to walk that off.
No, God, no. Gosh, no. That's crazy in that.
So. I will say this too. Maybe I'm just a demented person. That's possible. But like after the episode, I saw so many people, like all these posts of, "Oh my God, this is horrible, and I can't believe they're doing this to the Shield, and he's horrible." Blah blah blah. I actually liked John Walker for the first time. Like I didn't care for him earlier. I actually like him now.
People want it to be like, "Oh, he's the new Captain America." Like, no, don't buy it into it like the characters in the show that are all excited to have a new Captain America. You have to come into it as what it is. He's not Captain America, and he actually was. We got Bucky and you got Sam that were actually on a real mission trying to help fix a problem, and he actually has been interfering along the way.
Yeah. The other thing they've been showing really well is how Sam does embody the same ideals and thoughts that Steve Rogers has.
Yes.
And how he really is the perfect Captain America to take over that mantle. And they've really shown that a lot. So just like with Steve Rogers, it's not like he takes on burdens out of duty, not out of want. And Sam had the chance to take the shield out of want, and he gave it up because he didn't feel it was right. Out of duty, he gave it up. But now out of duty, I think he's going to take it.
And he also, what's been going on with him is they find out about his family, so they threaten his family. And instead of going in guns blazing, and he went in to negotiate with them and said, "Look, you stay away from my family. You don't want to bring this down on you." He gave them their warning. Unfortunately, Walker came in and decided to go to town on everybody. So,
Oh, and how about the funny moment of turns out the Wakandans put a little safety switch on Bucky's arm for them if they should ever fight him.
Oh yeah, it was great. Like, did you know about that? He was like putting the arm back on. Nope.
Yeah, she went boop, 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 hit these different spots, and then the arm just falls, and you just see his face. I loved his face. Like, that wasn't fair. like really?
Yeah. And that's the thing, with the Wakandans, they have a lot more tricks up their sleeves than having to have a super soldier serum.
Yeah. But that was funny. It was cool seeing how he put the arm back on too.
Yeah. I like that. I was watching that going, wow, they really didn't hold back. It felt, like they spent a lot of time and money on that, instead of just like, here's the arm, because they could have went, boop, and there it was. And
they did such a good job with the, I love how they portray his arm too. Like it just looks so cool the way they do it. And I like when he puts it on, he then has to like kind of like, and he did that back in Winter Soldier too, when he got injured on the arm. He had to like, Steve Rogers, I think, hit it with the shield, if I remember right. And then he had to like do that to reset it.
Yep.
But that was funny how I just love the look on his face. Like, I can't believe he just did that. But anyways, good stuff. I'm looking forward to these final 2 episodes.
Yeah.
It'll be good times.
good stuff on that. And
So we're getting to the end here. Let me share the Kickstarter one more time.
Yep.
Just so people can see where we're at. So we're at 2131. We're just 369 away from hitting our goal. Once we hit that goal, we have some awesome stretch goals that will maximize the value to what you've done. There's the potential if we get all these done. The story currently is 30 full color pages. You have the potential of enlarging this book to 34 full color pages. You have the potential of 3 metallic exclusive trading cards and 2 limited edition comic books added to your order at no extra cost.
Yep.
But for us to be able to afford to do that, we have to hit certain price points so we can order the proper volumes to get those prices where we need to be to get them out to you. So that's where we need your help. Donate, and then see then down here. There's a little share buttons. You can click it, go straight to Facebook. You can copy the link and share on other social media. There's all kinds of options. But the more people that know about us, the better our chances of hitting those stretch goals.
And if you missed the first issue, it's available as an add-on, as well as many other cool add-on packages are available.
Yeah, and also just to let you know, we have a good chance of hitting these because right now there's still 40 people. There were 51 total people following this project. 10 of them have donated so far. A lot of times people like to wait towards the end or to wait until they know it's funded before they'll back a project. So if we can hit that $2,500 mark, a lot of those 40 other backers who are holding back, they'll probably start donating, and we'll start seeing the numbers jump again and get us into those. We only have $250 increments between stretch goals, so we can hit a lot of them fast.
Could be a lot of cool swag.
Cool swag. We love swag.
Yeah.
Everyone loves swag. So,
well, hey, join us tonight at 7. I'm going to run the trailer for the Crimson Shadows. You guys can check out some tidbits about it. But we'll be talking tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern time. So join us then. So until next week, we'll see you guys next week on Odd Musings too. Bye.
Bye.